So everybody and welcome back. I do the library of Ruina. Alrighty, so in this episode, we are gonna do, as you might expect, and do a lot more mods, beginning with none other than the illusion in Black Mirror. Funny enough, I was only going to take Roland anyway, but it seems like it is enforced. So, Justina has 400 health, 350 stagger resist. She's endured to slash and blunt. Could be a problem. Dimensional Draftsman. Has a unique key page. Okay. Black Illusion. If dice rolled maximum value at least 3 times in one scene, all dice gain +2 power next scene. So if you get real lucky, then you get rewarded for it. Alright. I see. Dimensional Refraction. The page in the first speed dice will triggered on use effect once additional. Okay, so let's imagine on use gain 2 strength. You will gain 4 strength. Okay, alright. The page in the last speed dice will not trigger on use effects. Cannot trigger... Okay, and that passive won't go off if it's an AoE or an ego page. Okay. Fair competition, restore 4 light and draw 4 pages at the start of each scene. Use special page when all 9 black illusion pages have been used. Roland gains 2 additional speed dice, gains all power by 1, and restores 1 light and draws 1 additional page at the start of each scene. Okay, alright. Zealous... Zelkova Workshop. This page is not affected by Dimensional Diffraction. This page's cost is fixed and on use. Draw 1 page. Draw 1 page. You know, for someone who's spoken English my whole life, I sure can't do it well often, can I? Black Illusion exclusive page can only be selected in the incomplete Black Illusions key page. Renga Workshop. Unused, discard 1 page. If target HP is lower than 65%, all dice on this page increase minimum value by 1, and on hit, deal 3 stagger damage to target. Old Boys Workshop. Unused, restore 2 light, draw 1 page. All dice on this page reduce power by 1, and on hit, recover 5 HP. Alice Workshop. It is not affected by Dimensional Diffraction. This page's cost is fixed. On Clash Win, all dice of target's current page reduce power by 2. Mook Workshop. On use, restore 1 light, draw 1 page. On discard, restore 2 light. And 8 to 12, this dice deals plus 30% damage. Ulterior Logic. Draw a page upon discarding this page, and on the final hit, bleed to next scene. Joyous. On use, this die deals plus 50% stagger damage, but deals 30% less damage. On hit, gain 2 strength next scene. Crystal Ulterior. On use, restore 1 light. All dice on this page are reduced by 2. And this page is not affected by Dimensional Diffraction. If target is defeated or staggered, use this page again on a random enemy. Now, Glorian. Dark Furioso. When dealing damage, if dealt damage is higher than last time, gain 1 Dark Furioso. If has at least 3 Dark Furioso, all dice power gained by 1. Indomitable Halberd. Dice in using pages cannot be destroyed or reduced minimum value. Okay, so paralysis wouldn't do anything to you. Restore 4 light, draw 4 pages at the start of each scene, gain 1 Dark Furioso additional at the start of each scene. Use special page when Dark Furioso is 9. Double Zelkova Workshop, double pain entering marrow. On use, restore 2 light. If user has at least 4 Dark Furioso, spend 1 Dark Furioso to draw 1 additional page. This dice deal plus 50% damage, but deals 50% less stagger damage. And then we have triple carving bones. On use, all dice on this page increase maximum value by 1 for every 2 Dark Furioso, with a max of 3, and on hit deal 4 stagger damage. And then beauty to each other. Combat starts, spend 2 Dark Furioso to give 1 strength and damage up. Divided by 3 protection to allies whose HP are higher or lower. Or no. Oh, okay, no, I get it. It's not, okay. So you either get 1 strength and damage up if you're higher health than her, or 3 protection if you're lower health than her. Okay, I understand. On hit, deal 2 stagger damage to target, and on hit, deal 2 stagger damage to target. Now, as for Mr. Roland, we do have Perception Blocking Mask, which will be really nice. We have Kizuna, 12 Fixers, and it looks like the rest is all ours. So, it's our Roland. Starting now, we need to teach you how to face color-level enemies. Master, why did we deliberately come to the Library of Parallel Worlds? Well, alright. Looks like I'm fighting 2 myself. Why do I always fight a waifu version of myself? Okay, all of our pages are pretty normal. Okay, so you do not have very much Dark Furioso just yet, so I'm going to go for Zelkova Workshop, because I think I can get away with it. I'm going to go for ulterior logic. 10 to 17. There's a small chance we're able to block that, and then I'm going to go for Ranga Workshop. I kind of want to split our damage since they both, well, they're both equally going to be a threat, but if I can get them relatively low health at the start, then that means I can focus one down relatively easily, and then get the other down as quick as possible. Now, we do have a little bit of sustain. However, I'm going to go for urging straight away because we need every little bit of strength that we can get because we do not have the lone fixer buff. I'm going to go for Durandal right here. Well, that leaves me with a choice, doesn't it? Ooh, these are nasty. You know what? Let's do Wheels here, because that is an extreme threat. We'll go Old Boys, just so we recover a lot of our resources, and unfortunately, that's all we've got. Okay, we do have a block dice that wasn't used. It prevents a little bit of damage. Okay, certainly could have been worse. I'm really tempted to go for Performance. However, I think I'll end up going for Scars instead, since we have been taking a lot of one-sided attacks. Okay, so Slash ineffective. Good. Let me see. I could probably stop this with Ranga. I think Durandal right here. Ooh, these are both gonna hit. Well, this one isn't gonna hit us too terribly hard. You know what? I think we go for Crystal Ulterior. And then I'm gonna go for Old Boys on Glorian. Okay, we do end up dodging really nicely, which allows us to get a bit of damage. Ranga Workshop is completely gonna work into our favor. We also do get some Durandal Strength, which is gonna help us next turn. Counter Dice works out perfectly for us. Okay, really good turn. I am going to go for Guilt, because if we can reduce the amount of stagger damage we're taking, that's going to be really nice. I'm going to go for Wrist Cutter, because it's probably going to see the most use. They are going to go for some type of Furioso here soon. Let's see. Yikes, extraordinarily scary. Let's go ahead and reduce their power by 2, which is going to make it minus... Actually... So it's going to make it -4. Okay, that makes me feel a little bit better. We can go for a Ranga right here. Let's go ahead and go for Crystal Ulterior here. I think we go for Mook. And then I'm going to go for Zelkova right here. We kind of want to play the resource game as much as we can right now. Okay, ineffective works out really, really nicely for us. We are able to block basically all of her attacks while also healing up a little bit. Ranga Workshop is completely going to work in our favor. Once again, counter dice, making it so no damage gets through. And Scars, making it even better. Scars still doing amazing work for us. Wow. Okay. Musical notes would be good. I think I'm going to go for Pulsation because we're constantly doing damage. Then let's go Remorse. Now what I'm going to do, I am going to... Oh boy, yeah, that's gonna hurt real bad. Let's go for Wrist Cutter. Okay, we destroy that, and we should destroy this one as well. Okay, so this is pretty much gonna hit us no matter what we do. Unless we counter it. Let's try! Then we can go for a Ranga right here. We can go for Zelkova here. That's all we got. Let's hope it's enough. Okay, Wrist Cutter does get through, so we destroy 2 of the pages being used. Ugh, Ulterior Logic doing big damage to us. We just about get a stagger. Our Furioso is victorious. So, good to know. In the Furioso on Furioso battle, ours ended up winning, probably because we had an extra 4 strength, and we got more lucky rolls. Guilt is gonna grab us a stagger, which is really, really going to help us out. So what I'm gonna do, we're gonna go Old Boys. We're gonna go... I think we're just gonna have to eat a lot of this damage. Yeah, alright. Okay, there we go. 1 out of 2 down. Now we kind of just have to hope that we can get through this without dying. Oh, okay, we do end up getting staggered, so we're gonna have to pass this turn. Actually, you know what? Yoink! Get nay-nayed. So she's immobilized, which allows us to recover. That's too good. Alright. Now we go Durandal, Zelkova. I'm gonna go for Mook. Then we can go for Crystal Ulterior. Old Boys. And you are done. Whew! Hey, solo Roland with an improved floor. What can I say? And that's without the solo passive where we constantly get 3 strength. So the floor upgrade has just done us so well. We're at place. You've arrived, Roland. A direct call from the Red Mist. Did I did anything wrong? Yep. You told me about the guy who took over my colors the other day, didn't you? Oh, you mean about, Vergilius? That guy I definitely know? Are you kidding me? Do you want to have the strongest fixer discussion ever again? Not kidding. Even the most dangerous fixer is the red gaze, assuming it's Virgilius. There's more than one kind of intensity, isn't there? Well, I guess. The ones with the most obvious stories are, like the Indigo Elder, I guess. I heard that he caught one of the 5 calamities of the Great Lake, the all-impaling marlin whale. That guy's a freak. Everyone who gets given color is a freak, starting with someone in front of me. The purple bat, the blue madman, the Lazuli brat. Lazuli? I've never heard of that colored fixer. Because it was granted rather recently. Lazuli Rain. She looks like a kid, but she's terribly tough. I never want to see her face again. Seems you've had a fight with her, don't you? I don't even want to remind myself of it. I failed the mission in the end because of her. If I didn't have to pay the penalty for that time, I could even buy the new Atlas workshop. So, what did she do to get her color? She was on a reconnaissance mission ahead of finger cutting. Mission ahead of finger cutting, okay? But the guy who went in before her got caught by the little finger and the details of mission was leaked. And she was surrounded by finger leaders and subsidiaries in heavy rain. She managed to escape. That's pretty lucky. No, she have ruined them all. She kept defending attacks from all sides. In the end, only the raindrops and she were standing on the ground. It seems that some finger subsidiaries have been watching it. The next day, all the bars in city were gossiping about her. It would be interesting if that person came here. I told you I never wish to see her face again. Anyway, Color Fixer is not the person who could come here so often. Why are you in a place like this? The fixer named Lazuli Rain is here. Get ready for the reception now. I hate you, Gabura. Right. Okay. Right. Well, since Gabura wanted to fight her so bad, why don't we let her? We'll do Gabura and Roberta, and we'll see if that is enough. Alright, let's see. Okay, so it's like shimmering, but not quite as strong, despite what it says. HP cannot drop below 350 before this occurs, once per reception. Afterwards, gain 2 protection and 1 stagger protection at the start of each scene. Okay, so... interesting. So, at half health, you become a little bit harder to do damage to. Okay. While the character has protection, offensive dice gain +2 power. That is busted. While the character has stagger protection, defensive dice gain +2 power. That is equally busted. Draw 2 additional pages at the start of the act. Unique ego becomes accessible. Custom-made umbrellas. At emotion level 3 or above... at emotion level 3 or above, gain 1 protection, stagger protection at the start of the scene. The amount increases to 2 at emotion level 5. So it's basically toughness, but not quite as good. Offensive and defensive. Dice gain +1 damage for every 2 stacks of protection on self with a cap of 5. And retaliate. Gain a counter die, pierce 4 to 8, and guard 4 to 8 at combat start. Double umbrella. Gain 2 protection this scene. Sound of Rain. On use, restore 3 light, draw 1 page. On hit, inflict 1 bleed. Squall. On use, draw 2 pages. On hit, inflict 2 fragile. Next scene, Ultramarine. On hit, inflict 1 paralysis up to twice. Heavy Rain. It's got some pretty high rolling dice. Drizzle. Costs 1 less at emotion level 3 or higher. On hit, draw 1 page. And counter dice. On Clash Win, gain 1 protection. Next scene. Rainbow. This die is rolled 3 times. This die is rolled 3 times. And on hit, inflict 1 bind, feeble, and disarm. Next scene. And finally, Spell of Rain. The cost of this page equals the user's max light. On use, all dice on this page gain power equal to emotion level, and you restore all light. And on hit, recover HP equal to the amount of damage dealt. Well, since your pages do not benefit off of real shimmering, I'm gonna imagine if you go for Spell of Rain, you will only be able to go for Umbrella along with it. Am I right or am I right? And here we go. So far, my theory is holding true. She used Spell of Rain and then double Umbrella. Onrush ends up winning it, even though, was that completely necessary? No, probably not, but I'm doing it anyway. Okay, those counter dice are no joke, unfortunately for us. And because we went for the offensive thing on Gabura, we are going to struggle a little bit. We're going to open up with Upstanding Slash. Guidance of the Gears is most likely not going to work, but that should allow us to go for a Deep Smoke. Okay, Upstanding Slash actually did work out rather nicely. Guidance of the Gears expectedly did not. We do get Deep Smoke, so we're currently sitting at 12 Smoke, which is going to give us a lot of necessary buffs. Fear of Water. Yeah. Do we attempt... You know what? I'm gonna try a vampire build. Even though it is awful, I'm gonna try. So, if you don't know what blood does, I certainly don't use it very often. 3 stacks of blood are lost at the end of each scene. At 0 blood, you lose stagger resist at the start of the scene. At 1+, when rolling an offensive die, lose health, but boost the damage. And at 15+, gain 2 strength, the amount of blood is reset at the start of the next scene. So it pretty much is like, you do a crap ton of bleed damage and you heal off it, and you do a bunch of extra damage, and it's really powerful, but you're pretty much just destroying yourself. However, we do have the means to heal ourselves, so we're just going to see what happens. I'm going to open up with a continuous battle, and then we're going to go for smoke armor, which hopefully will allow us to heal. I'm going to go for another Upstanding Slash to make it cost 0. Then we're going to go for a Focus Spirit. And then she shouldn't be able to do any real damage to us. Oh, Focus Spirit not working out in our favor whatsoever. And the counter dice also not doing much damage. Okay, so certainly not off to a good start, but that's what happens when you go vampire build. Plus, we only have 2 people when we could have taken 3. I'm just gonna go for continuous battle again, and then I'm immediately going to get absolutely nay-nayed. Hang on. Let's go for Spear right here. And then we go for a Focus Spirit right here, because it's pretty much all but guaranteed to land. Okay, a relatively good turn for us so far. Focus Spirit was blocked again, which means we are not going to be able to make use out of that. Our counter dice working out pretty well. Second round of counter dice not working quite so well. And Roberta is now staggered. So, I'm now going to go for Absorption. Actually. Let's go for Instincts. This is such a bad build. This is so bad. Cobalt Scar would be really good. Mimicry would equally be good. Okay, so we did go into our next phase. We do want to protect Roberta as much as we possibly can. I'm going to go for Great Split Vertical because that is way too much damage coming out. Then we're going to go for a free Upstanding Slash. Actually, we can't stop that. Very upsetting. Okay, there's the real chance Roberta dies. Oof. Wow, Gabura died. Okay. Unfortunate, unfortunate. Now, we can still pull this out. I know how bad it looks, but trust me, there's actually a world where we pull this out. I'm going to go for Scenery of the Day as kind of a final hurrah, and then I'm going to go for a Smoke Armor to try and heal, and then that's going to be our turn. Let's hope it's enough. I mean, that certainly feels like it was a lot. And then we also recover quite a bit of health because of the blood and smoke armor mixture. Okay, certainly not a bad turn. I'm gonna go for Laughter now. And then we're also gonna go for Mimicry, so that we get a little bit more bleed and we get a little bit more healing. We are still taking the end of turn damage, which is relatively unfortunate. Not the end of the world, but it is unfortunate. I'm gonna go for Mimicry to try and get big amounts of healing. Let's see. Oh, that's gonna be a hard one to counter. Gotta tell you. Okay, let's go for... Let's do Deep Smoke. And then Guidance of the Gears. And hopefully that'll just kind of work out for us, but we'll see. Okay, our counter dice not quite working out for us. Mimicry is going to heal us for 55 health. And because she is going to be bleeding, we are going to be healing off of that. Laughter getting relatively good value. And then we also do a whopping 30 damage. I mean, there's potential. Unfortunately, we're kind of running out of juice. No, I think we are out of juice, in fact. Well, let's... This will gain extra... Ah, it's blunt this turn. Okay, let's just go for it and hope it's enough. It was not. Okay, us reducing the amount of damage that we are thanks to smoke is really helpful, but the damage we take was unfortunately too much. I actually think that there was like a very real potential that we could have made that work. Oddly, it was actually going relatively decently, even as a blood build. Let's see you try this on. Degraded Seal. You are finished, Lamb. No more power for you, Arcana Flash. We chain you down even further. Binding Chains, just so we have even more reduced power for you. Any damage you do to Azazel is basically null and void. Okay, that went pretty well. She is now missing 3 of her pages that she can use. We are gonna go... We're gonna go for Shockwave, and we're gonna go for Double Fairy, because we can't really do too much else. Then, I'm gonna go Serum K. Pierce Through, we're gonna try. We go for and then we go for a Multi-Slash. Yeah, should work out pretty well. Okay, Fairy so far not working in our favor. Pierce Through would have been amazing if it actually landed. Okay, so we take quite a bit of damage on Azazel to the point where he very well might go down this turn, though we do recover a little bit of health. Shockwave gives us even more healing. Okay, well that got a little bit close. Let's see. You know what? Let's go for Salvation on Azazel. Then we go for Apocalypse. Always a good one. Then let us see. I'm going to go Arcana Wave. This will purge all of her protection. Let's do it right here so it's guaranteed. Then we can take out that other block dice. I'm also then going to go for a Shock Wave just to give us a little bit more in terms of defense. We're going to try and get rid of some of those counter dice. Let's see. Clash of Blades is going to evolve once more, so we want that. Let's go for Inner Exploration. And then Apocalypse? Seems good to me. Okay, she blocks the second one, but she does not block the first or third. Apocalypse. It won by one whole point of difference. Chain luckily does go through. That's going to help us out quite a bit. We also deal with a few of her counter dice. We purge all protection, so she's no longer gaining that extra power. Which is then immediately going to become clear. Counter dice not quite working out for us. Lean, bloody wings is going to give us a little bit more healing. Now, if everyone can reach emotion level 5, though I'm a little bit doubtful that it'll happen, I'm going to go for Arcana Hope, which we don't get to use very often. Ah. Then, we're going to go for Token of Friendship. I'm going to go for Lean Bloody Wings, and then a Shockwave. Then, Mish Binna. Let's have you go for Lamp. And then Mr. Azazel, I think you finish it off with a Clash of Blades. I'm confident in this. No power for you. You might have a ton of damage resistance, but no power for you. Okay, Fairy doing pretty good damage. We're also hitting her extraordinarily hard. Lean, bloody wings. Put a little bit of burn on there. It is not quite enough to finish her off, despite what I was initially thinking. In that case... Ooh, you're going for Rainbow. You know what? I gotta try. I gotta try at least once. We're gonna counter there. I'm gonna go for Arcana Flash. Yeah, Arcana Flash right here. And then we go Arcana Wave right here. Then we're out of movement. I'm just going to go for a simple Fairy. And just in case, we'll go for good. Okay, Bleed doing quite a bit of damage. She's also hitting us very hard, unfortunately for her. She is a villain to our library. No longer. She used the umbrella. But is that workshop gadgets too? Yeah, it's a weapon from the Lazuli workshop. It's a place that makes weapons based on living creatures. Like her umbrella, it transforms into different shapes and sizes. They're very powerful, but they're ridiculously expensive. Some of their gadgets cost more money to buy one weapon than it does to build a house. And they eat food and repair damage like real living creatures. The fact that the Tress Association has not stopped selling them, I guess technically they're not living creatures, though. I wonder how it worked. There is such a thing. It was interesting. You've also used a lot of different workshop weapons. Which one is your favorite? I can't decide. They're all weapons with precious memories. That's how things are. Anyway, thank you for your work. I look forward to hearing more about Workshop again. Yes, precious memories.
Yes, my precious. None may have precious.
Now, I don't think that we've done this reception before. For some reason, I'm getting like really confused, thinking that we have. I think what's confusing me is we've done a reception like it. Because there's a character, well, there's two characters that look very, very similar, but I don't believe that we've done this reception in particular. So, Samehana is now our foe. Normal resistance to everything. Toughness, we know it, we love it. Rough skin, polyphodont. When hit, inflict bleeding to the attacker according to the value of protection. Unique ego becomes accessible. These can use when max value of ultimate gauge. At the end of the scene, if the character has feeble, remove this regardless of value and take 3 damage. Defense dice lose 1 power. Aggressive! At the start of the scene, 1 is chosen at random type. When using combat page, all defense dice are changed to the types. If Samehana mod is activated at the start of the act, get herbology and retaliate. Okay, that's what it is. That's what it is. We did Samehana. Yeah. Hello. Time. Oh, wait, no. You know what?
Time for a 1v1! Actually, she's not, doing anything. Okay, well in that case, I'm just gonna go for vertical slash and stab. Hooray.
Does she not... Hang on, we'll wait until next turn to figure that out. Oh my... Okay, Tiferet doing absolutely ridiculous damage. We're disappointed in ourselves. Yeah, we'll do love. Why not? We love. You don't have any cards. You don't have any cards. I see. So is this just a fight to get her page? Interesting. Okay. So this is quite literally only to get her page. Okay, well that's kind of unfortunate. Well, hey, we got Disappointment in Self level 3. That's something. Alright, then let's just finish her off. Huh. Alrighty, well, that's gonna do it for this episode of The Library of Ruina. The fact that Samehana was, as short as she was, kind of puts a wrench in the works, but hey, what are you gonna do? So, I do still have a tiny bit of mods left that we can do, but honestly, the waiting list of mods that I've had is pretty much at its end. I think we have 2 or 3 mods left to do, one of which is a mod pack of sorts. And yeah, after that, I mean, I'll have to either I have to go digging to find more mods that I might have missed, or we might have officially caught up. So, I mean, hey, if that's the case, then what are you gonna do? So, with that being said, is this the end of our modded library adventure? Is the finale within viewing distance? I doubt it. There's always more mods to find. Our quest to play every single mod that I can understand is never ending, and I highly doubt it's anywhere close to being finished. Now, what would be super cool is if Da'at was updated by the time that we finished all the mods that I can find. That'd be cool. But you never know. I really don't know what the progress for that is. Technically, I guess we could revisit some of those fights and see how well we do. Maybe that's what we'll start doing if need be. We can revisit some old mods that we did really, really early on and see how they've come along or how much stronger we are compared to it. But hey, what are you gonna do? So, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you thought of this episode down below, as well as if you guys have any requested mods that I have not done as of yet. I'm more than happy to take them. So, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.